Right everyone, massive news today. I got my clutch fork, new release bearing and the boot have all arrived. These actually come from Dubai, which is actually crazy because there's things I'm still waiting for are only coming from Toowoomba, which is only like 2 hours away from me, and it's been over a month now, but I got these parts quicker. So at the moment I can put these back onto the motor. I've got my clutch up here ready to go. That's awesome. Intake manifold, fuel line, a couple other bits and bobs, but it's all in together. I'm gonna put the flywheel back on here, bolt the clutch up to it, and then hopefully I'm gonna roll this out, degrease it, get rid of these old fans, put new fans on there. A little bit to do with this pedal box. It shouldn't be too much in all honesty. Just fix up a little things with that, weld something under there to make it a bit stronger, and then in a couple of days my package from EFI Solution comes. The package coming from them is to get rid of this distributor. It's a new crank kit that will run coil on plug conversion, which will be awesome and great for tuning.
2 days later.
I got my parts from Goldie. I just got home from work and I just saw these two big boxes out the front and I'm like, please let this be it. And look, finally, all my stuff here ready to do the rest of the car. I'm back working on the Bluebird. Fair bit to do, lot to do. So we got 6-piece. I've got to take it back off, got to weld up some stuff on it. I was going to use this turbo here, but the flanges are different, so I'm just going to stock with this one. It spools up alright, it's got no shaft play, so I'm going to be happy with it. So yeah, I still got to put the external gate on, but first all this has to come off have some stuff welded on it. I finished putting the coil on plug conversion kit in, so that and that is in, so I'll have to wire that up once the motor's back in the car. So I'm about to put this on an engine crane, put the flywheel clutch on it, bolt it up to the gearbox, and then look at putting it into the car, because there's not too much I can do now. And yeah, I want to get my engine and stuff back in the car, so I'm going to do that now. Alright, I've run into a little bit of an issue with running the twin plate clutch. I put the motor and gearbox all back together and tried turning it over. Once this focuses, I'll change sides real quick. Alright, there we go. So yeah, my problem is these bolt heads here are just grazing my bell housing in here, so I think I'm going to run the twin plate still. It's not putting me off it or anything. I'm pretty sure it'll be fine. I'm going to buff that down a little bit, like bugger all, just so it has enough clearance so when I turn it over it stops hitting these bolt heads, because I really want to run this twin plate clutch, and they're not too expensive, like they're an alright price, but I think that's the only thing that was hitting, which is good considering this part doesn't go forwards or backwards or anything. It's only that which will be pushed in. So I'm just going to go around. I'm going to like try get these to sit flush like that, so they poke out a little bit like that. So I'm going to, it's not dodgy, I don't think. I'm going to grind those down flush, grind those down flush, and grind that down flush. Alright, so it's been a minute. Got rid of all those gouges, had taken out probably an extra 5-10 mil, and then up there as well, completely got rid of all that. They're the only two spots that it's hitting, so hopefully accidentally messed that up, but oh well, it's alright. I think we'll be good now. I think I can chuck him in and we won't have any more issues. Jeez, this is some silly stuff. It feels so wrong to be doing this, like a $1,200 clutch, and I've just, oh well, it's gonna fit now, I hope. So I'm about to just bolt it all back together now that I've ground down the corners of those bolts, like sort of flush with that now. So now that my clutch looks like a conspiracy theorist on a 4th of July. Yeah, anyway, that was irrelevant. Let's get back to putting this motor and gearbox back together. Pretty close, just lining up the gearbox and everything. I'm going to put some bolts back in it and then we're all sweet, hopefully. It's a bit later on now. I've put it all on the way it should be. All the bolts are tight. It's the moment of truth. Ooh, that's half a turn, that's good. We get this full turn, minus the compression tanks. Awesome. See, there's no more banging, there's no more locking up. That was happening. Because yeah, you'd go to turn it, because I was just checking everything, making sure it was all good before I put it back in the car. And yeah, it just locked up on me. I was like, what the hell? Awesome. That is made my night. I've also just test fitted up the 6 boost with the turbo. So yeah, about ready to go back in the car now that that's all sorted. Went ahead and made up a custom loom to suit these coil packs. I'm going to run the sensor wires into the Haltech. I've got my fuel hose. I'm going to make up a little bracket to suit my fuel pressure regulator. Yeah, doing a little bit at the moment. Finished soldering so many wires, sensor wires and whatnot. I got oil pressure, oil temp, fuel temp, air intake temp. Couple other sensors. I just wired in the cam and crank sensor because I got rid of the distributor. Wired up all my coil packs and whatnot. Hopefully it should be ready. I'll tape all these up, clean it all up, and then be ready to start it. I've run into a problem. So when installing the Task's crank angle kit, they get you to grind out all this so the new sensor fits on your cam gear. I've missed this part and I screwed up big time. Caltech wasn't picking up the home signal, so I thought I might have had this set wrong on this dowel here. So I've just set it to top dead center, taken the rocker cover off, and there's metal where metal should not be. That is bad. Really, really bad. I jimmied up this to try get most of it. I think I'm just gonna flood this with oil and, I don't know, like pray that I get it all out. That's pretty messed up. I think it will still work. I just gotta make sure I've got it in the right location. Alright, it's been a couple hours. I cleaned out everything. I've run a couple, probably like 10 litres of oil through it just with the sump plug off. Seems to be running clear. I know there's probably a deposit of it somewhere that's going to ruin my whole thing I got going on here, but it is what it is. I've got the chain, all that's all set up again. I'm fairly certain I've got that right, so it should all work now. I've like triple checked the instructions, make sure it's alright. I can't run aftermarket cam gears because of this cover. It's a little bit annoying. I also put some new studs in for the tensioner because I was just using bolts before because the old stud stripped. So yeah, I've just got to put this rocker cover back on. Actually I've got to put the sensor in, make sure it's within a mil clearance of this so it can read. It reads. So they're your trigger signals, and then that one there is the home signal. And then chuck it all back together again for like third time. I've got to tighten that and that, so can't forget that. Just set the tensioner. I've got 21 marks between there, and my crankshaft is on top dead center, so timing is all correct. Can't mess that up. I've just been a little bit busy. I just put the drive shafts back in, the exhaust. Run into another issue. My wastegate is hitting on my radiator, so I'm not sure if I go to like a half size radiator and just run the gate there, or if I get like a relocation just to like 90 it and sit it there maybe, and then from there I can just go straight down or just plummet straight into the exhaust. But it's starting to look like a car again. I've got to put my air temperature sensor in this pipe here. I've just checked all my fuel pressure. All that's working, which is good. Yeah, so I can get rid of that too. I'm not running a map, I'm just going to run all map. Yeah, so a couple radiator hoses, fix this wastegate issue, and we'll be ready for a start.